Next is from Frank West, and the subject is CM Punk's AEW run. Hey guys, he recently made comments that AEW has ruined Punk's return run. However, we also know, and Billy Body's confirmed this, that Punk is booking all of his own stuff. Therefore, isn't Punk fully responsible for his own run, especially if his booking power is possibly within his contract? Yeah, I mean, if Punk, but bro, what Punk is doing, here's the problem with the Punk stuff on this show. Okay, is that the universe that they've created on this show is they had one of their top stars, Chris Jericho, go against one of their up and coming stars, MJF. And they had a spot in the thing where the two guys went to go eat dinner and they broke out into a musical. Okay, now the same guy is in an angle with CM Punk, and we're supposed to believe that this angle is like this blood feud because they're mad at the guy because at an autograph signing years ago, he kind of snubbed him when he was young, when he was 12 years old, and now they hate each other and they're beating each other to bloody pulps and stuff and everything and all that. And I'm like, those two universes don't really exist in the same logical universe on the show. Like I said, what I've been saying is this angle has gone on way too long. And if it has been Punk booking all this has been Punk wanting to hear himself cut 10-minute promos every single week for like 2 months. So it's like, I just said this angle's been too long. That's it. It's been good, but it's stuck out like a sore thumb on this show because of the blood and the seriousness on a show that has like a lot of comedy, weird, not serious stuff. You know, it's just a weird, like I said, they need to fix their universe on this show. It's like a Saturday Night Live sketch. It's like some of the stuff is funny, some of the stuff is serious, some of the stuff's political, some of the stuff's not. It's just weird. It's just there's no. I guess this is what happens when you leave it up to the talent to come up with this stuff, the creative. Is it gets out of the realm of like your universe,
but not just that, bro. It's also Tony's fault because he should be telling Punk, no, you can't do this. You know. Right. And sometimes you got to save wrestlers from themselves. And like I'll tell you a perfect story. One time, L.A. Park, you know, the one that was in WCW, was wrestling La Parka, and they were feuding. And L.A. Park had come in, and he'd beaten La Parka for, I don't know, 3 months straight, just week after week after week. That's just the way we set it up. And then it came a time where it was time for La Parka to win. And I was like, all right, so tonight you're going to win. And I remember this vividly. And he was like, no. He goes, he can keep winning because he was actually afraid of L.A. Park, like as a shoot, you know. And I was like, bro, if you don't win, the people are going to turn their back on you. They're never going to believe in you. You've been losing for 3 months. At one point, you have to go over.
Or you're done.
You know. Right, but if I would have left it to their devices, he would have lost that night. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I had to intercede and change the order. You know, so sometimes you got to protect the talent from their own mistakes.
Yeah. Next is from you know what's too is Cornette has been putting over the Punk and MJF stuff, like really putting it over. He's a big fan of Punk, you know, but I would disagree.
This Punk hasn't been much. I was
just saying. I think they're trying too hard here. Bro, this comes across as like Punk has gone back and they've given him free reign, and it's like, okay, I want to do a good old school wrestling angle, and it's like let's cosplay the characters in the old school wrestling angle, you know. And it's like I don't. That's what it comes across to me as. It's like if the rest of the show was serious like that angle was, I would buy it. You know what I'm saying? But so the rest of the show is not like that, you know. And I'm having a hard time being convinced that this is real. It's not. They're not suspending my perfect example. Like they're doing all these. They're doing blood, right? But you know, in this day and age, it's like everybody knows that they're blading themselves, right, Konnan? There's a spot. I haven't even watched the show yet, but they have a spot with the Daniel Bryan Moxley match. Moxley's bleeding like a stuck pig, you know. And they're showing the widescreen shot, bro. The referee and Daniel Bryan are just messing around with the blade, like plain as day for like that's right in the shot. And it's like you're saying, so it's like, you know, it's like if you want to do serious stuff, you really have to tighten the screws on the realism. And the fact that they don't tighten the screws on the realism, you just lose me in this. I'm just not interested like other people are in this. That's just me. So it's like whatever, you know. Do you agree with that? Yeah. When you watch the spot with the Daniel Bryan with the blade, it's very unprofessional. It's like, come on, guys, you got to tighten it up there when we're hiding this stuff. You know, it's ridiculous. The next is from Chris Karcher, and the subject is last from the front row at AEW. Greetings and salutations. You know what that says Ricky Starks should do? They should just always jokingly refer to Keith Lee as the greetings and salutations guy.
Yeah.
As they call, hey, greetings and salutations guy.
No. That was great.
Yeah, but they should call him that every single time. That'd be a good little gimmick for them.
You know what he said in an interview that Vince told him that knock it out because he sounded too
exactly
smart.
The exact criticism that we had for him is exactly what Vince McMahon was telling him. You don't come across as a beast, and you look like a beast. You come across as like a librarian.
Right.
It's like when you should be coming across as a beast. So it's like, yeah, I guarantee Vince had the exact same conversation. We brought up the criticism of his gimmick. So whatever.
Do you want to see this clip that Disco was referring to, Konnan, with Brian with the blade?
Yeah, show it.
Before you're going to just so much Excalibur you're going to be able to take before you're going to open something up.
Yeah, once a small laceration opens up,
what is the camera guy doing right here?
The wider and
what the hell was that?
I mean, look at that.
And he showed it, handing it to the ref.
That's like, bro, you got like that's like you're doing serious television right there, blood and everything and all that, and you're just exposing the business.
But Brian was wrong there too. Brian
and
was
the camera
wrong.
shot. The camera guy is wrong for going wide when he's doing that. It's like everything's ridiculous.